Hello and a very warm welcome to our special election broadcast, Janvani, that we are bringing to you from Thiruvananthapuram, the capital and seat of power in Kerala. Kerala is one state where power has alternated between the Congress-led UDF and the CPM-led LDF over the past 3 decades. The NDA is now knocking at the doors of the Kerala Assembly. Its vote share has increased steadily from 6% in 2011 Assembly elections to around 14 or 15% in the civic polls that were held in the state last year. Today, we will ask the representatives of these political parties why they should be voted to power this time. Also on the show, we have an audience that cuts across various walks of lives, and they will be asking these political representatives about their track records and the promises that they have made ahead of polling day on the 16th of May. I welcome you all to Janvani, and let's get started by introducing the guests on the show. We have N. Niyati, member UDF Manifesto Committee with us. Welcome, Mr. Niyati, to Janvani. We also have A. Sampath, LDF Member of Parliament with us. Also, KJ Alphonse, member of the BJP National Executive, has joined us. And Anant Krishnan, senior journalist with The Telegraph, is also with us. I welcome you all to Janvani. I'll begin with you, Mr. Niyati. How do you convince the people of Kerala to vote against the LDF front when the left parties and the Congress have joined hands in West Bengal?
First, I want to discuss on the issues that are arising in the Kerala economy over the last 5 years under the UDF government.
We will come to the economic issues, but first, answer the contradiction that exists, because your critics say that this is political opportunism at its worst.
The UDF and the LDF here fight each other, but in Bengal, the Congress and the CPM unite together their fight against the India government at the center.
But why this contradiction?
What a shame.
Well, no. This is the simple answer which I can say.
The simple answer is a reiteration of facts, and none of the people here would be convinced. I'll ask the audience also in a while, but before that, Mr. Sampath, your opponents have been leveling allegations of political violence. They say that CPM and other members of the LDF have a practice of the past many years in which they have indulged in political violence in Kannur district especially. They give examples of the murder of T.P. Chandrasekharan, the murder of BJP activist Manoj in Kozhikode district.
We don't believe in political murders or political violence. And we don't practice and we don't propagate also. Anyway, we are having this discussion in the district of Thiruvananthapuram. May I ask you a question? A boy of 17 years of age from my own district, his name is Sajan Shahul. Who killed him? Who brutally murdered him? How many wounds he had?
Manoj,
no, it's I am giving the reply.
Not hacked to death, Mr. Sampath?
Hey, let me say something. You have asked a question, and I have every right to reply to your question. The RSS people, they have killed around 20 members, 20 people from the CPM during the last 5 years, during the tenure of the Congress-led UDF government in Kerala. Now, what is happening is that now the BJP, which is being having a backseat driving of the RSS, they are working as a hand in glove for the UDF, the Congress in the state of Kerala.
M.M. Mani, who is the CPM member, has said that in the past, CPM has indulged in political killings of its rivals. Is he lying?
No, Comrade M.M. Mani has never stated that. I have seen that. I have heard that, what he has said. I am here duty bound to say, and I am duty bound to repeat what he has said. It is not you people to put your words into my mouth, and don't try to put that also.
So are you saying there have been no political murders committed by CPM activists in Kerala? None in Kannur district, none elsewhere?
I told you that we don't believe in political murders. We don't propagate political murders also. But we have a right to self-defense. I have a right of self-defense.
Mr. Alphonse, how do you respond to the charges that Mr. Sampath has leveled?
See, first of all, as a preliminary observation, let me say that both the UDF and the LDF have no right to existence at all after having done what they have done in West Bengal. They have embraced each other. Then how do they fight each other in Kerala at all? Both of them have no justification for their existence in Kerala, because in West Bengal they have said we are friends, we are fighting Trinamool Congress. And in Kerala in the same elections they are fighting each other. I think both of them should wind up, go home, embrace, come on, embrace each other.
Mr.
Go home.
Alphonse,
I mean,
why should the NDA be taken as a serious political player in Kerala? You have never won a seat in the Kerala Assembly. You have never won a Lok Sabha seat from Kerala. So why should the NDA be taken as a serious political player?
See, there is a time and a season for everything. We have come to power in Delhi now, and we have...
In Delhi it is Arvind Kejriwal. Because you have fought Arvind Kejriwal and you got 3 seats and the Congress was 0.
We are in power in Delhi. What we have now is Modi's dream for India. And that dream means food for everybody, every child going to school, and a job for every young person. That is Modi's dream for India. And if you want that to happen in Kerala, we need to have the BJP come into power in Kerala. I mean, that is exactly what we want to happen in Kerala. That's why we said we need to have the voice of BJP heard in the assembly here.
Mr. Ananth Krishnan, do you see this Kerala Assembly election as genuinely a three-cornered contest, because this state has seen bipolar contest at least for the past several decades?
For a change, I'm happy that I'm not a politician. I don't have to answer uncomfortable questions. Yes, there is a buzz in the air that at least in some parts of the state, maybe not everywhere, there is a triangular contest. BJP, obviously, the NDA obviously has the advantage that Modi is in power and they can showcase the benefits here. But, but apart from what we just heard here, the political gymnastics, my question to all of them, fine, for political upper hands, you can discuss all those things, but let's discuss your manifestos.
Yes, we'll discuss the manifestos as well.
Tell us what you are going to do for the people. Let them minutely examine this, steer into this manifestos, and let's see where they stand, whether they have any national connect, whether they have an international connect, whether the projects are practical, workable.
We'll come to that now, and since you wanted the manifesto discussed, Mr. Niyati, as far as the liquor policy of UDF is concerned, it has been hitting the headlines of late. You say that there will be complete prohibition if you are re-elected in the next 10 years as far as liquor is concerned in the state. But LDF and your critics say that very recently the government in Kerala gave a license to a bar for liquor after it had upgraded itself to 5-star status. What is the meaning of such a liquor policy which can be easily circumvented by bar owners?
Let me start with the policy of the government of Kerala regarding the liquor policy. They have categorically stated that the UDF government, if voted to power, they will introduce prohibition of liquor within 10 years, and they have started it during 2000.
But their promises are at odds with their action.
They will act. In UDF election manifesto, they have put it clear that if they are voted to power, they are approaching towards this prohibition, and they have closed nearly 730 bars in Kerala, and they are closing down nearly 10% of the outlets of the various corporations.
My question is, why was a liquor license sanctioned to a bar after it upgraded itself to 5-star status when you talk about prohibition over 10 years?
But can we discuss a larger issue of prohibition, just not discuss about one bar?
We'll come to that. We will come to that. Let's be specific for once.
The government has made it clear that they have given bar license to these converted 4-star hotels into 5-star hotels, and the government policy initial years was to give liquor license to bar license to 5-star hotels. Based on that, they have given the license to 5-star hotels, and they have corrected it. And the Chief Minister has categorically stated that conversion of 3-star or 4-star hotels to 5-star hotels will never be allowed this bar license in future.
Mr. Sampath, is there ambiguity as far as the liquor policy of the LDF is concerned? Because Pinarayi Vijayan has said that they are for abstinence, not for total prohibition, and that they will decide the liquor policy if the LDF comes to power. However, Mr. Yechury has said that there will be no dilution of the liquor policy of the UDF if LDF comes to power. So will you be for abstinence? Will you be for prohibition? Can you remove the ambiguity?
The General Secretary of the CPIM, Comrade Sitaram Yechury, has made it clear what previously Comrade Pinarayi Vijayan has made it clear during the Navakerala March, in which I was also a member for more than 1 month. And we have made it clear, and this has been included in the manifesto, the election manifesto of the Left Democratic Front, which the CPIM leads, that it is a social evil, number one. Number two, its consumption is going up. And number three, you all know that in Kerala, no bars have been closed. Anyway, we all know that bar, 3 English letters. Instead of that, 4 English letters have come there. Anyway, which was previously sold in those premises, the name has been changed. Anyway, it is also alcohol. Previously, it was also alcohol. Now also it is alcohol. Now we are having...
Are you for abstinence or prohibition?
Just a second.
He will answer that question. Mr. Nethi will answer that question. Please answer whether you are for abstinence or prohibition.
Please kindly allow me to complete my reply. Just complete my reply. At least I am a member of parliament. You kindly reply, give me a chance. Don't be so hard, more harder than my speaker in the Lok Sabha. Only, at least he also show me some mercy, if not justice. Only at a stone's throw away from here, there are quite a number of bars are operating in the so-called clubs. If somebody is affluent, somebody is powerful, somebody is rich, if they consume, it is not alcohol. Somebody else consumes, it is an alcohol. What is happening in Kerala? Now, the number of cases which have been sold, cases I mean, the number of bottles in a case, it has increased. So what the UDF says that it all happened because of the tug of war between 2 ministers and the tug of war between the ego clash between the KPCC president and the present-day chief minister.
LDF's liquor
so
policy.
LDF has made it clear that our policy is that go for abstinence, reduce the consumption of the liquor, and regarding the ill effects, the danger of consumption of liquor. Now, here anyway, we haven't prohibited the use of tobacco. What happens? Because the tobacco consumption has come down.
Alcohol over 10 years like the UDF has promised? Will you prohibit over 10 years or will it only be abstinence for 10 years?
No, if they want, they can prohibit it. They can prohibit it even now.
LDF is not for prohibition.
Why they are not prohibiting?
Is LDF for prohibition or not?
We are saying that we will definitely reduce the consumption of the liquor and we will go for the abstinence. We are not for legally banning the use of any of these commodities. Anyway, it is a social evil that has to be fought from the house itself, from the educational institution itself. It is a duty of the government and the civil society also to fight the social evil of the liquor.
Mr. Alphonse, is the NDA for prohibition or abstinence of liquor?
I think the UDF's prohibition policy has been the biggest fraud committed on the people of Kerala. Now, the total quantity of alcohol consumed in Kerala has increased. The revenue last year from the sale of liquor has been much more than the revenue which has been there the previous year. So has the prohibition been successful? It is not successful. Now, instead of somebody, one moment, instead of somebody walking into a bar and having one peck of a drink, today he is forced to walk into every village outlet of the Beverages Corporation, buy a complete bottle and drink it. Instead of having one peck in a bar, the man is forced to drink a complete bottle. Is this prohibition? Is this sanity? I think this is complete stupidity of Chandi, which he is of course famous for. And this is of course the tough battle between Chandi and VM Sudhiran. And this is a political battle and the people of Kerala are paying for it.
Is the NDA for abstinence or prohibition?
See, we have come out with a 3-point plan. We said we will reduce alcohol because it's an evil, which is absolutely the truth. We said we will bring down the number of outlets in beverages outlets. I mean, every year we bring down dramatically, and in 10 years' time we will abolish the beverages outlets.
So prohibition in 10 years?
In 10 years' time, and we will, to begin with...
How is your policy different from the UDF policy?
No, to begin with, we will reduce the amount of alcohol that is available in the beverages outlets to 250 milliliters only, not a whole bottle of 750 milli. So therefore, that is what a person can purchase from the beverages outlet. So that's all what he can consume in a day. So this makes sense.
Mr. Ananth Krishnan, why is liquor making so much news these days? Why is there so much sudden interest of political parties in banning it or prohibiting it or advocating abstinence?
I don't think it's new. See, I was a student of law and I've read in law mathematics that there is something called a theory of social mobility. If you have to make a law, the society has to move at the same speed as the law. otherwise it will fail. Prohibition was spoken of from the time of Mahatma Gandhi, but it never succeeded. And it's never going to succeed, to be very practical, to be very realistic.
It's a genuine social issue, you think?
Yes, there are many, the way to address it is not this. There are evils associated with it. There are poor people who go spend all that they've earned on this liquor. There are the rich who spoil their health on this. But are we addressing the issue in the way we are supposed to? Are we in the media too being genuine to the issue, on the issue? I don't think so. What would this is a small city, Trivandrum.
See,
anybody in the audience, anybody in the audience must tell me, do you have anything for an entertainment after 7 p.m. in this city?
Mr. Alphonse has something to say, but I have to take a break at this point in time. You'll get many more opportunities to speak on this subject as well. Time for us to take a break on Janvani. After the break, people of Kerala will ask the political representatives on the show why they should be voted to power and why they should be pressing the EVM buttons against the names of their candidates on the 16th of May in the state. Stay tuned.
ये साइड से थोड़े छोटे कर दे जल्दी।
ये वाला सर
क्या है?
सर ये साइड से
नहीं नहीं नहीं
नोज पियर्सिंग यहाँ पे
परफेक्ट हो जाएगा मैम।
बिल्कुल दर्द नहीं होगा, पता भी नहीं चलेगा आपको।
कुछ ऐसा ही करते हैं आप अपने गियरलेस स्कूटर के साथ। गियरलेस स्कूटर में कोई भी 40 ऑयल नहीं, सिर्फ सर्वो स्कूटोमैटिक 4ST ही डालिए। इसके फ्रिक्शन मॉडिफायर्स इंजन की परफॉर्मेंस बढ़ाए और आपकी राइड स्मूदर बनाए। सर्वो स्कूटोमैटिक 4ST।
सुनो सुनो किसान भाइयों, सुनो सुनो, ओ सुनो सुनो किसान भाइयों, सुनो सुनो, सुनो सुनो किसान भाइयों, ध्यान लगाकर बात सुनो। नीम कोटेड यूरिया आया, खेती में नई क्रांति लाया। इससे यूरिया की क्षमता और बढ़े, नाइट्रोजन जमीन को बेहतर मिले, नीम के गुणों से कीटाणु मरे, पानी को दूषित ना करे। तो भाइयों, नीम कोटेड यूरिया से हो मेहनत सफल, बेहतर हो खेत, पानी और फसल।
कृषि और किसान कल्याण मंत्रालय द्वारा किसान हित में जारी।
उंगली थाम के जिसने चलना सिखाया, कड़ी मेहनत करके हमको पढ़ाया, हमारी खुशियों को अपनी खुशी बनाया, जिंदगी के हर सुख दुख में जो एक साया बनकर साथ रहे, ढलती उम्र में इन्हें अकेला ना छोड़ें। ध्यान रखें, माता पिता एवं वरिष्ठ नागरिक भरण पोषण एवं कल्याण अधिनियम 2007 के तहत माता पिता की देखभाल करना हमारा कर्तव्य है और उनको बेसहारा छोड़ना एक दंडनीय अपराध है। सामाजिक न्याय और अधिकारिता मंत्रालय, भारत सरकार द्वारा जनहित में जारी।
भारत में लगभग 3 करोड़ विकलांगजन हैं, किंतु हमारे सरकारी भवन, अस्पताल, विद्यालय विकलांगजनों के लिए सुगम्य नहीं है। यही हाल हमारे रेलवे स्टेशन, बस स्टॉप, बसों तथा रेलगाड़ियों का है। हमारी वेबसाइट्स यदि W3C सुगम्यता मापदंडों को पूरा नहीं करती, तो वे दृष्टिबाधित और श्रवण बाधित व्यक्तियों के लिए पूरी तरह उपयोगी नहीं है। आइए हम बाधा रहित वातावरण का निर्माण करें। सुगम्य भारत अभियान। देश का प्रत्येक विकलांगजन अन्य सामान्य व्यक्तियों के समान स्वावलंबी होकर सम्मान और गरिमा के साथ जीवन यापन करे। सुगम्य भारत, सशक्त भारत।
Welcome back. You're watching Janvani, a special election broadcast from Thiruvananthapuram. After the 2011 assembly elections, the composition of the Kerala assembly was such that the UDF had won 72 seats, whereas the LDF had won 68 seats. The question now is that after the 2016 assembly elections, will the composition of the Kerala assembly be the same or will it change dramatically? It's time now for us to know what questions the people of Kerala have in mind for the political representatives on the show. Let's ask the first question.
You'll be well versed with the Indian history, and the reason for the British to creep into India is that the internal conflict between the rulers. So the internal conflicts among the political parties, especially in the LDF and the UDF and the Congress, is increasing these days. So if such a scenario happens to increase day by day, will history repeat? will the people of Kerala and the people of India be captivated and bewitched by these foreign powers again?
Mr. Niyati, respond.
As far as the Kerala is concerned and the UDF government is concerned, over the last 5 years, they have implemented nearly 60% of the promises they have given to the people.
The question is, why is UDF and also Congress to a large extent at war with itself? Why are there so many factions within the Congress and within the UDF? It is no secret that within the Congress, there are camps that are led by Uman Chandi, Mr. Sudhiran, as well as Ramesh Channithalla. GSS has left the UDF camp. It has joined NDA. Kerala Mani has split. Why so many splits?
The coalition government always, there will be some conflict between these political parties, small or big. But the Kerala, this international congress in Kerala is capable to settle the disputes that arise between the small parties within the UDF. And as far as the Kerala, this international congress is concerned, during the time of election and during the course of election, there will be no internal struggle about the power between the big persons, either with the KPCC president or the chief minister or any other group they get.
Mark the word during the election. That means they are cheating the people the rest 5 years.
Let me.
Yeah.
No, please. Let me finish. These are all creations of the media to some extent. There will be some differences of opinion regarding these few people, but during the course of the election, all these disputes will be settled, and I believe that the UDF government will come to power again with a victory.
Okay, Mr. Sampath, how do you respond to the allegation that there is intra-party rivalry within the CPM?
It is a truth, nothing else but truth, but that there is inner party factionism, and even among the leaders of the Congress, the faction feud is going on as usual.
But why should people vote for parties that are parties with differences and not parties that make a difference?
There is no difference of opinion. There is no factionism in the Left Democratic Front. We are fighting this election united. Anyway, this is a fight between the LDF and the UDF. It is, of course, what you have stated in the beginning of the second session is right. They got 72 seats. We got 68 seats. If it was in the North India, if it was in the North Indian state, the rule is that Ayaram Gayaram. Here we don't believe in the Ayaram Gayaram. Here the people elect a government for a 5-year term. And people are given an opportunity to assess the merits and demerits of a government. Here what I would like to say is that it is the UDF had not ruled the state, they have ruined the state. And the government, it has showed the best example, I am not using the term worst, the best example of the rampant corruption that can happen in a small state like Kerala. So in the minds of the people, from the experience of the people, what the people...
So are you saying that if there is factionalism within a party or within a front, that is not a major issue?
In CPM, there is no such kind of factionism or any ego fight. You just show me an example in the CPIM or the LDF. Anyway, we are fighting this election as a united...
Intra-party rivalry between Pinarayi Vijayam and Achyutan, and then it's part of political folklore now.
There is no intra-party rivalry between anybody. There is no intra-party rivalry, because I am a party...
Okay, so let's take a snap poll here. How many people, please raise your hands if you agree, think there is factionalism in UDF or in Congress? So nearly 50% feel that. And how many of you feel that there is factionalism within CPM and among members of LDF? Nearly the same percentage of people. Let's take more questions now. Yes.
How would you present a green budget? Especially the allegations against the UDF is that they are encroaching into the environment, and of the NDA also there are allegations. How would they present a green budget?
Yeah, I think if you look at Kerala during the past 60 years of governance, we have the maximum rain possibly anywhere in the world, 3,300 millimeters of rain in the world, 44 rivers. The tragedy is that within 48 hours, this entire water, 98% of the water lands up in the sea, and within 2 weeks we have a drought. Now, who is responsible? The people of this state are responsible. And I would hold the people who governed this state for past 60 years mostly responsible for the tragedy. And this has to be reversed, and look at what is happening.
So what will the NDA do to reverse it? What's on the green budget?
If we come to power, see, we have said that we are going to preserve We are going to do data banking of this entire ponds and rivers and all the water preserving ponds and everything that is available. We are going to do a survey of everything in 3 months' time.
The NDA has demanded that there should be a white paper on the state of the environment.
Exactly.
Mr. Niyati, how do you respond to his question?
As far as the UDS government is concerned, in their election manifesto, they have given specifically, they have stated specifically that if they are voted to power, they will protect all the 14 rivers in Kerala, they will protect all the ponds, they will protect all the small rivers and the...
What did you do in the last month of your power? Two are the most biggest, what you call, lakes in the state of Kerala. You just wrote out to private people and you said you can fill it up. This is what you did in the last month of your power.
Yes, Mr. Niyati, go ahead with what you will do if you come back to power.
We have stated, I mentioned you that we have stated in our manifesto that if we are voted to power again,
they will continue to destroy everything.
We have categorically stated in our election manifesto that if the UDA government is voted to power based on the past experience and the recent drought that we are facing, please.
Past experience?
To what they do the last 5 years. First just answer the question and go to your
during the last 5 years.
Talk about your track record.
Yes. During the last 5 years, during the role of the UDA government, they have tried to preserve the paddy land in Kerala. They have tried to do it. I don't believe that it is totally complete or not.
This is a fantastic answer.
We have tried to conserve the small rivers. We have tried to conserve the ponds of Kerala and the small rivers. And if again voted to power, as mentioned in the manifesto, we will, based on the experience of the past and also the present, we will conserve the water level in the Kerala based on the protection of river water, protection of paddy land, protection of ponds and small rivers, and we will raise all measures to raise the water level.
Okay, Mr. Sampath, if you are voted to power, what will you do to conserve the environment?
It is a pity. I do agree with you. As a Keralite, I also feel pity of my state, a state which is abundant with water resources of 44 rivers, lakhs and lakhs of drinking water facilitating ponds and wells. Now Kerala has become a wasteland, I may say.
Who is responsible? Who is responsible for this?
Each and every one of us are responsible. I admit before you, I am also responsible. He is also responsible. My young friend is also responsible. Niyati is also responsible. My family members are also responsible. All the Kerala, 3.5 crores of Keralites, each and everybody is responsible. It is high time that we have a self-introspection. The paddy fields of Kerala has a peculiarity. That peculiarity is that 1 cent. I mean the cent, it is when we put it in it is when we put it in metric conversion table, it is 2.48 cents is 1
40 square yards.
Yes, because 250 cents are 1 hour. Here, 1 cent of paddy field, it has a capacity, inborn capacity to protect, to garner, and to preserve 40,000 liters of rainwater every year. Now, what happened in Kerala is that during the last 5 years, you all know what has happened to the... let us hear the cries of the paddy fields. Let us hear the cries of the water sources.
So you are largely holding the UDF government responsible. How many people here feel that the UDF government did not do enough as far as environment protection is concerned? And my second question is, how many people feel that the LDF government too did not do enough on environment protection? Okay, so that's nearly around 30 to 40% of the people here. You want to ask a question?
As usual, when election approaches, the CPM has started talking about the issue of women's safety and all. I would like to ask a straight question. Before Mr. V.S. Achuthanandan, the current opposition leader and the ex-chief minister, before he sworn in on 2006, he has promised to bring the culprits of rapist in regarding with the Kilirur Shari case. But both the government has downplayed the justice for the father of Kilirur Shari, a girl from marginalized community. And on the second question that I would like to ask you is, on the same hand, you are talking about women's safety. On the other hand, you share stage with Kantapuram Musliar, who has defamed women's society that women are only fit to deliver babies. So is that not polarizing voters?
Whether it is Kilirur, whether it is Suryanelli, or whether it is Paripalli, whatever it may be, we stand for the dignity of our sisters, our daughters, wherever it has happened. Those unfortunate happenings should not have happened. We all know. Here in Kerala, we all take pride that Kerala is one of the safest states where the women have the safety, the maximum in Kerala. Once a minister has to resign from the cabinet while Comrade Achyutanandan was the chief minister. What was the reason? I'm sorry for. This was the reason. And you know the person. You know the person? I am not saying the name of the person because I don't want to defame anybody. And here regarding, if somebody has made any statement, we are not answerable to somebody's statement. Whether it is any religious leader or any community leader of any community, it is what they have said. Our party secretary, Comrade Kodiyeri Balakrishnan, he has made it categorically, he has stated that what is the stand of the CPIM? The secretary of the CPIM is duty bound to declare and give a statement on the stand of the CPIM. We have not authorized anybody else to.
Mr. Niyati, would you want to respond?
The UDF government in Kerala has respected and has given due respect to the women community in Kerala. As far as the UDF government is concerned, we have categorically stated in the manifesto that if we are voted to power, we will start a directorate of women in Kerala.
In the future, they will.
We want to know that what you have done until now. And we don't want to know that what you'll do in the future. Future we can't predict.
Good.
Well, we have been respecting the feelings and the approach of the women community in Kerala.
Mr. Ummanchandi has promised before the peoples of Kerala on 2011 that he has the capability to reduce the unemployment level against the national average of 9.57%. But the latest statistical report released by the Economic Times states that he is only able to cover up 0.5%. You can even check it.
I agree to it that the unemployment rate among the educated youth and women in Kerala is increasing. As far as the UDF government is concerned, they could not achieve the target of providing the employment as envisaged in the election manifesto last 5 years ago.
So you agree that the UDF government has failed to achieve the target of reducing unemployment rate
yes, I agree
that it has set? Okay.
We could not achieve the target, and in that place, government of the UDF government in Kerala has formulated a perspective plan for 2030, and if we are elected or we are voted to power, by 2030 we will bring down the unemployment rate, educated unemployment rate to 1% in Kerala.
Which year? Okay. 2030? 30. Everybody will be dead. Everybody will be dead.
No. Mr. Sampath, who is responsible for the present state of the economy? 30% of the GDP is the debt level of Kerala. The unemployment rate is between 7% and 9%. Shouldn't the blame be shared by the LDF as well as the UDF?
Kerala has been experiencing this unemployment. The rate of growth of unemployment is compared with some other states. I am not talking about the national average and all the states. It's anyway, it's not a good thing, this rate of growth of unemployment.
Who is responsible for this? You've been in power for so many of the 5-year terms.
Ma'am, here in Kerala, what they have done, can you cite an example whether they have made a very good employment policy regarding that? What is happening is...
What was your employment policy?
If somebody wants employment, it is under the table dealings which is happening in Kerala, and everybody knows that.
Please answer for yourself.
Yes, and it says in my LDF election manifesto, it states very well about the employment policy. If we are coming to power, what we will do and what we intend to do.
The question is
what has happened to Kerala during the last 5 years.
over the past several decades.
The left has promised 25 lakh new jobs.
In
the
5
UDF
years.
has promised 15 lakh new jobs. My humble appeal is, they should rule together. We will have 40 lakh new jobs. All the problems will be solved. Discuss the state of the economy. You should also discuss about the manufacturing sector. Let's examine the budget. Let them tell about what the budgets of the last 10 years hold in terms of revenues from the manufacturing sector. Have anybody been able to generate any industry or anything in the manufacturing sector apart from the
That's
liquor
pretty
revenue.
self-evident.
Apart from the
Industries
revenue
dread
from
to
the
come to
liquor,
Kerala, don't
apart from the revenue from the liquor, we hardly have anything to sustain ourselves.
Arun Jaitley has said that the economic model of Kerala has been flawed during the LDF years and the UDF years. He said that they have not been development oriented at all. Had you been in power in Kerala, what would you have done? What is it that you plan to do for the economy if you play a key role in government formation?
See, let me discuss the past because I was member of the assembly earlier. 60 years of UDF and the LDF government rule here has driven every able-bodied and mentally stable person out of the state of Kerala. This is what the UDF and the LDF rule has done to the state of Kerala. What we need to do is bring back creativity, bring back the ability to tell people, you create things here, leave them free to do things instead of meddling around with excise policies and such things. Please allow them. Keralites are extremely creative people. They are very intelligent people. If you just allow them the freedom to create things, they will create wonderful things in Kerala. This is the only thing which the government of Kerala needs to do.
How many people here feel that both the LDF governments in the past as well as the UDF government are responsible for the poor state of economy, where the economy is very much dependent on remittances from abroad? So around 30 to 40% people are of the opinion that both the LDF as well as the UDF are responsible for the present state of the economy. We have the state GDP figures of 2013-14, and they are that this state of Kerala grew at a rate of 6.2%, and it was behind 19 states as far as their state GDP growth rate is concerned. Time for us to take a break. We'll be back with lots more on Janvani.
आप सबने दुनिया भर में क्या मिसाल बनाई है, जिस सफाई से आपने कचरा वहीं फेंक दिया। और मन्नू आंटी क्या कूड़ा फेंकती हैं। ओलंपिक्स के गोला फेंकने वाले भी शर्मा जाएं। और ये देखिए, लक्ष्मी भाभी की सफाई तो गांव-गांव में प्रसिद्ध है। हमारे सुखिया भैया मन की करते, जहां सोचा वहीं शौच कर दिया। ये देश जो आप ही का घर है, उसे क्यों गंदा करते हैं? थोड़ी शर्म कर लो, सोच स्वच्छ कर लो।
अगर एक बार 125 करोड़ देशवासी तय कर लें कि मैं गंदगी नहीं करूंगा, तो दुनिया की कोई ताकत नहीं है जो हिंदुस्तान को गंदा कर सकती है।
स्वच्छ भारत, एक कदम स्वच्छता की ओर।
नीचे काकी, घर में शौचालय कहाँ है? बहू को घर में कहाँ, खुले में ही जाना पड़ेगा। फिर तो तुम घूंघट भी खोल ही दो। एक तरफ तो आपको बहू का घूंघट भी सरकाना गवारा नहीं, और दूसरी तरफ उसे खुले में। इस तरह तो हमने कभी सोचा ही नहीं था। तो अब सोचो, घर में शौचालय बनवाओ और इस्तेमाल करो।
स्वच्छ भारत मिशन, एक कदम स्वच्छता की ओर।
जहाँ सोच वहाँ शौचालय।
Welcome back. You're watching our special election broadcast from Thiruvananthapuram, Janvani, wherein the people of Kerala have asked several questions to political representatives of the three main coalitions in the fray. One is the Congress-led UDF, the second being the CPM-led LDF, as well as the BJP-led NDA. Time now for closing comments. Let me begin by asking you, Mr. Niyati, what are the three top priorities of the UDF government? And what will it do when it comes to power on those fronts?
The top priority of the UDF government, if elected to power, is mainly three. That means the house for all houseless people in Kerala, food for all people in Kerala, and health for all. And the election manifesto is centered around these three basic concepts. In the housing policy or in the house for all, they have categorized, the UDF has categorized 13 great groups of people. And for each group of people, it is estimated to construct nearly 12 lakh houses in Kerala over the next 5 years. And by the end of the UDF rule, by another 5 years, if we are voted to power, there will be no landless and houseless person in Kerala.
Okay.
With regard to health also, by the end of the UDF government, if elected to power in Kerala, all the people in Kerala will be provided security of health and also all health aspects, and through the providing health insurance to all the BPL and APL family, and for the BPL family the premium will be paid by the government, and for the APL family 50% of the premium will be paid by the government.
So
and with
in
regard
other words,
one
your
more.
priorities are food, health and housing. Mr.
Health,
Sampath,
housing
your
and
three
food.
priorities?
One is to end the corruption in the government. Now we all know that not even one minister you can identify who is not corrupt in Kerala. This is a pity, and we all feel ashamed that in our state of Kerala, all these corrupt persons, unethical, immoral activities immersed in, they are ruling and ruining this state. Anyway, we should try to end the corruption in administration and government. That should be a model for the whole of India. Number two, there should not be any space for communalism. Kerala stands for secularism. Where all the believers, no believer can become a communalist. No believer can become a fanatic. A fanatic is not a believer at all. So Kerala should show an example of secularism. Number three is that we should all try for the creation, building up of a new Kerala. How a new Kerala can be built up. From the experiences of the past, we have very good experiences. Kerala was a role model also from learning lessons from the mistakes they have committed, and from earning from the merits that we have created during the time of the left governments in Kerala, and how we can go forward. The development is not building of skyscrapers. The development is not having all these flyovers.
So those are your three priorities.
The development means the happiness of the common man. The development means the happiness of the common people. It is the common people. The government should be for the people, and the government should be of the people, and the government should be by the people.
That's what you're promising. Before I come to you, Mr. Alphonse, your quick response to the fact, Mr. Niyati, your quick response to the fact that there are several corruption allegations against not just the Chief Minister, but also top cabinet ministers. K.M. Mani has had to resign as the Finance Minister of Kerala. Why will the people of Kerala vote for the UDF if they want a clean government?
Let me concentrate on three basic answers to his question. First, UDF government came into power during 2011, and it was they started with one MLA's majority, and over the last 5 years they could stabilize the government and provide a good governance.
He's already talked about Gayaram and Ayaram. The question now is, why will people vote for UDF again, given the corruption allegations against the Chief Minister, against other cabinet ministers?
We shall not raise the charge of corruption alone. You please, or the people here or who are sitting on the dais can examine and review what were the major achievements of the UDF government for the last 5 years. The UDF government has done a lot of things here, particularly with regard to major 6 projects that was in paper for over more than 1 decade, or for nearly 25 years, the Vizhinjam Port, etc. I don't go all about
there
it.
There are several development projects that are still pending. Kochi Metro is yet to be completed.
Yet to be completed because started.
Light metros in Kozhikode and Thiruvananthapuram are yet to be completed.
This LDF in Kerala has not even given a good word regarding these major projects with the UDF government has started.
Okay, Mr. Alphonse.
They charge allegations, they charge corruptions, and they were trying to destabilize the government in power. I don't know what model they are going to serve.
Even courts have taken cognizance of the corruption allegations against the Chief Minister as well as cabinet ministers. Mr. Alphonse, your top 3 priorities if NDA comes to power.
See, 23 months back, Modi took over one of the most corrupt governments in the world as per Transparency International. In 23 months, he's wiped out corruption completely from Delhi. Completely. There's not even an allegation of corruption against any minister. You used to hear the moment you used to open the newspaper or switch on your television, it used to be about corruption in one department or the other, India being sold off. Today, you don't have allegation against corruption against any minister. And that is exactly what we want to do in Kerala, number 1. Number 2, we want to have a second Land Reforms Act being brought about in Kerala, by which everybody in Kerala, about 7 million people in Kerala don't have land for their homes. We want to distribute land to 7 million people, 20 cents of land in the panchayat area, 10 cents in the municipal areas, and 5 cents in the corporation area. That's our second priority. Number 3, we want to start 100,000 creative business units in Kerala, because I said Keralites are really the most creative people in the world, because I've been to 62 countries and I've seen the world prospering because of Malayalis. And if you allow, the government allows the Malayalis just to do what they want, this state can prosper. So we will allow 100,000 enterprises to flourish here. So these are some more things which we will allow them to do.
Last comments from you, Ananth Krishnan. What should be the immediate priority for the economy as well as for various other sectors in Kerala for the new government?
I appreciate all the promises they all made, and I hope they are able to transform it into reality. But if I were to set a priority, I would say they should have addressed the issue of garbage first. I don't think any of the people here, there's not a single person who wouldn't be affected by it. Now, you started this debate by asking me whether there is a triangular contest in Kerala. And I said, maybe in parts of Kerala it is there. But after, anti-incumbency is a factor that usually works against the ruling party. But sensing the mood of the people here, I see that I doubt if there is an undercurrent against both fronts. And I may have to say that...
So we are the only ones?
I leave it to the people. Let them take a call.
On that note, we will be winding up this edition of Janvani from Thiruvananthapuram. I thank you all, Mr. Niyati, Mr. Sampath, Mr. Alphonse, absolutely, and Ananth Krishnan for having joined us, and for a lively audience for having asked several pertinent questions to the political representatives here. So the voice of the people of Kerala is quite clear. They want a government that is clean, they want a government that is transparent, and they want a government that is development oriented. With that, we conclude this edition of Janvani. Thank you so much for watching.
जनवाणी के प्रस्तुतकर्ता थे सर्वो वर्ल्ड क्लास लुब्रिकेंट फ्रॉम इंडियन ऑयल।